Hey guys, it's Jiggy playing Last Z Survival Shooter, and this will be a quick tutorial on how to plunder or do a looting raid on a small clan. So before you start your plunder or before you teleport anywhere, you gotta make sure of a few things. One of the things I like to make sure first before I go and find somewhere to teleport and start raiding and plundering people is I like to make sure I have first completed the Dark Lurkers event. So if you go here on Event Center and then you go here to Dark Lurkers, I like to make sure I've finished everything, like launched 5 raids against boomers and joined in at least 30. So I've completed all that, because when you complete all 30 boomer raids, you get this. And I like to make sure I complete it first, because it's easiest to do it when you're in your hive around all your clan mates or all your alliance mates, because instead of wasting fuel on boomers all the time, you can just join everyone else's and make that 30 count. So that's the first thing you make sure of first before you go teleport. Second thing, obviously, make sure you got fuel. Me, I got a whole bunch of fuel, and I have a free can at my HQ. See, free. I got a can of fuel or a free load sitting at my HQ, so I can continually plunder those who I wreak my havoc upon. Another thing to make sure is make sure you got teleports. So where's my inventory? Where's the teleport? All right, so here I got a advanced teleporter, and I guess it's also nice to have your alliance teleporter. So I should get one now. Do I have an alliance teleporter? No, I don't. So I'll just buy one now. You can either get one at your black market for like how much? How much is this? 600. Damn. And the advanced teleport is 2000. Damn. I'm lucky I have a lot of VIP points, so I can buy the advanced teleporters for 600. But this is your alliance teleporter, 600 diamonds. It's a lot, damn. Or if you have enough coins, you can go to your alliance shop and you can purchase one there. Oh, I don't have enough coins, damn it. The alliance teleporter costs 40,000. Hold on. Let me get some coins, baby. Alright, we want to upgrade this. Oh, what the hell? Here we go. Yeah, let's get them coins. So, contributing to your alliance techs gets you coins, and helping gets you coins. See, you get coins for doing the help. So whenever that help icon appears here on the bottom right, help. Do I have enough coins yet? Oh, see, I just got enough. And another thing is there's like different events that give you these. See this 500 silver coin? Yeah, you can get coins there as well, so you get that. All right, so let's buy that. Ooh, that's alliance shop, and let's purchase that alliance teleport. Alright, so I got an alliance teleporter now. That's just to return home when you decide to return home. I'm not going to return home until tomorrow, and I'll explain why later. Let me just get that. Okay, so once you have finished Dark Lurkers, you got fuel and you got your teleports ready. See, advance teleport and alliance teleport. Then the last thing is make sure you got all your squads at home. See, I got my 3 squads at home, because I don't think you can teleport if you have your squads out farming wood or food or something. So have your squads at home. Oh, and to make sure you have your squads at home, once you finish the Dark Lurkers event, you go to auto team up and turn it off. So, you know, they don't walk off and do their own business. Alright, so we got finished Dark Lurkers, all the squads are home, we got fuel, we got our teleports. Next thing you gotta do is look for a small clan that you know you can raid and plunder. Right now, I cannot zoom out and search, but luckily before I was searching, so I know this small clan has resources. He's got resources, so I'm just gonna show you, like, yeah, see, I found these guys and some of them have a lot of loot, so I'm about to roll up like Thanos and just, you know, roll and plunder and loot all these idiots, unfortunately. To the 9AG guys, I am sorry I'm using you for this tutorial and this example, but hey man, thank you for contributing and helping with, you know, the content. So what we're going to do is teleport. So the quick way to teleport to once you found the people you want to plunder is just click on a spot here. You can go teleport. Boom. And now Prince Vegeta is ready to like destroy this civilization. So yeah, once you find the spot you want to be, we'll just put it here. Boom. These fools have no idea what's gonna happen. It's so sad. Alright, so now that we teleported to where we want to feast, I'm sorry 9AG, I don't mean to talk about you guys like that, but now we're here. I like to do this in a very methodical way. So you do this loot plundering raid successfully by you know, doing it in a smart way. So what I'm gonna do first is, like, because I know some of these guys already have loot, is I'm gonna delete all this first just to make it clean. Alright, so I like to do this in a nice, clean, methodical way. And we'll start here. So see these two guys? Before you start raiding and touching anyone, don't touch anyone yet. First thing you gotta do is you gotta start scouting and scanning people. So yeah, I'm gonna scout this guy, scout this guy. So what I mean by being methodical is I like to scan people by row. So I'm gonna scan these two guys. After, when I'm done with them, scan these two. After that, these 3 or 4. So blah 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 blah. And then you know, whenever I find who's worth raiding or looting or not, loot them, delete the mail and anything. So let's go through it just so you understand. So I scouted these two guys. Let's see what they got. So this guy's got 3 mil, perfect. Whenever you raid or loot someone, the first thing you gotta make sure is, I like to, just to be safe, make sure they have at least 3 mil food and wood. At least 3 mil. The minimum number is actually 2.7 or 2.6, just to make your raid successful, but make sure they have at least 3 mil. And then the other thing you gotta check is make sure their units aren't stronger than you. See, this guy has weak soldiers and weak heroes, so I'll smash them because I'm pretty strong. So yeah, 3 mil, perfect. I'm gonna put my hands on him soon and just check the other guy. See, he has under 3 mil food. Like, he's only got that much food and he's only got 2 mil wood. That's not enough. To me, it is not worth my fuel. So I'm just gonna delete that. Boom. So now when I look at my list, I've only got one guy to worry about. Boom. And click here to make sure you get the right guy. Ooh, is that the right guy? Will the Thrill. I'm sorry, Will. I'm so sorry. But there he is. That's who we're gonna touch. So first thing I'll do, this is the way I do it. I don't like to scare people. I march them in front first. I can just directly click on him and attack, but then it pretty much alerts them, hey man, like this guy is approaching and he's going to attack you. I don't want to alert anyone. I'd rather just be outside, attack and then 10 seconds be out. So, you know, that there's not too much hysteria. There's not too much of an alert. The screen won't go red telling him, hey man, there's something wrong. It's just quick, simple, easy. So I got my squad out here, the strongest squad. Make sure it's your strongest squad. Now he's outside. Now all I have to do is attack. This is just some buff when you start attacking. Boom, I got the fuel. Boom, march, attack. So in just a few seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, it's over. 10 seconds, like he might not even notice if he's online that I attacked him. Now, the next important thing, after you've attacked and looted someone, make sure you return that squad home. They have to go home. So let's go to mail, attack reports. Now, check this, attack victory. These attack victory reports with the skull, they're the most important to look at. So look at attack victory. And it will show you, you know, if you lost any units or anyone's injured, who you were fighting, like the heroes that were fighting, whatever, just so you have a good idea of who you're fighting. It's not that important, but what's important is checking how many units you lost, but more importantly is here, how much you looted. So I got about 1.6 food, 1.6 wood. I like that. Bit of electricity, a bit of coin. Not bad, but this is what I'm more concerned about. See, every time I loot someone, I want to make sure I'm having minimum 1 million food and minimum 1 million wood. Every attack I do, I want to make sure I have that much. Because what that means is I spent how much fuel? 10 fuel? I think 10. It costs 10 fuel to do an attack. Is it 10 fuel? Yeah, see, 10 fuel to do an attack. I want to make sure that every 10 fuel I spend, I'm getting at least 1 million food and 1 million wood. That's why I checked if they have at least 3 million sitting in the bank. So when you make that withdrawal, you get that much. The last thing that's important about a checking the attack victory report is this little icon here. See this? This tells you what your looting capacity for the day is. So today, right now I've currently looted about 21 million resources, and my daily limit is 190 million. So I got a lot of looting and plundering to do. But of course, you can't exceed this, but this resets every day. So you want to make sure, you know, you get the most out of your day, the most out of your fuel, and do as much as you can. You want to be aware of this because you might reach the 190 million or whatever your limit is, and you might keep trying to loot people, but you've already overcome your limit. So you're just wasting fuel, not getting the resources because you're already at your limit. So make sure that you know your limit and don't pass it so you don't waste fuel. Fuel is the most precious and difficult resource to get in this whole game. So be sure that you're not passing your daily limit. Your daily limit increases dependent on the level of your HQ. See, plunder cap can be extended through headquarters upgrade. My headquarters is level 20. So at level 20, my limit is 190 million. I think at level 16, it's 100 million. But I'm level 20, so I got 190 million. So yeah. So after I have looted that. Remember how I said remember how I said you got to make sure they have 3 mil loot of food and wood? After I've just attacked him, he probably doesn't have that much anymore. So we'll scan him again. We'll scout him again. And then I will show you why. I'm going to waste fuel just to show you this example, but I'll show you why you got to make sure that they have minimum 3 million of food and wood. So we scanned him here. Now he only has 1.6 food and wood. I'll show you what happens when we attack him. Oh. So we'll go out here. Bring the homies out. I don't like the car I have. It's so ugly. Look at it. I liked it when it was like that yellow Jeep, that yellow Hummer. It was really cool. But now it's just some ugly Lego piece. Anyway, so we'll attack, and then you will see what a waste of fuel this is, knowing that he only has 1.6 million food and wood. Alright, attack victory. We check the report. Attack victory report. Look at this atrocity. 800,000. That's... Yo, I got double that. The last loot raid. The last plundering attack I did, I got double that amount. So why would I pay 10 fuel for half of the amount I should be getting? Don't waste your fuel. Be strategic. Be economic. Do not attack people with less than 3 million food and wood. To me, this was a waste of fuel. Only 800,000 of each. Screw that. Alright, so in terms of being efficient and methodical, I've completed this row here. Now I don't have to worry about this row. So to be clean, we'll delete all the mail. So just, make sure everything's been read. Batch process, delete all that crap. Boom. Get rid of it. So now we'll go here. I'll do the whole row just so I can show you like how I go about the efficiency. So scan this guy. Boom. Scan him. Boom. Scan. Oh, I mean scout. Scout. I'm gonna scout all these kids. Scouting all these kids. Did I do all that? Or did I miss one? Oh, why do I got 4 scouts? What the hell? Oh, silly me. I didn't wait for my scouting drones to return. We'll do that again. So hold on, read all that. Make sure you... Oh my goodness. Delete. Okay. Make sure you wait for your scouting drones to return. See him? He's fine. Make sure he gets home before you use him again. Or him, her, whatever these drones identify as. Yep, back home. We'll scan you. Boom. I got 4 drones to go through, so that's why I was kind of rushing through it. Yep, they're all home. And see, this guy's not home yet, so I'll pick a different one. Yeah, just make sure they're all home before you scan again. Alright, so we've done this whole column. We've scouted and scanned the whole column. Now we go through all the reports to see who's worth it or not. So 9 AG's Tony Hawkley. What you got, baby? Oh, okay. Remember I said minimum 3 mil? The minimum is actually like 2.7 mil. So you know what? I'm going to keep him on the list. How about legit killer? Legit killer. You ain't legit, bro. You ain't got nothing. He has got nothing, bro. There's nothing legit about your resources, dude. So no, it's not enough. It doesn't meet the 3 million minimum. So we're gonna delete that. We're deleting it because we're not gonna bother with him. How about generic name? Oh, 8 mil. That's heaps. All right, I'll show you how to deal with those guys. 1.8, 1.8. We already know under 3 mil, not worth it. So delete that. We want nothing to do with that. 2.2, 1.7. Nah. See, it doesn't reach the 3 mil margin that we want. So we're gonna delete that. Ignore it. It's a waste of fuel. How about this generic user? 2.8. 2.2. Nah, 2.2 is not close enough to the 3 mil. So forget that. So when after scouting and scanning this row, we've only got 2 people we want to go at. So I'll quickly just do this guy first, and then I'll show you how to deal with someone with heaps of resources. So bring the homies. One of the frustrating thing about this game is how slow everything is, but whatever. March. Alright, so attack victory. If you want to check, just check, but I know I got a lot. 1.1. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna just delete this one because I'm already aware. Look at that, delete that. Keep everything clean here. Oh, and we'll delete Tony Hawkley. We don't need his scan report anymore. Now, this guy, 8.3 mil, 8.4 mil. Oof, that's heaps. And unfortunately, he has a very, very weak garrison guarding his city. That's very, very sad. So what we're going to do is... Alright, so when they have more resources, you might want to do this. Depending how strong your second squad is. My first squad is... They are, look. They are. And the second squad... not bad. But good enough. Because they got... how many soldiers? 1,200 soldiers. I mean, 1,700 soldiers is better, but 1,200, that's okay. Where's this guy? Alright, so we'll make sure you get the right base. So it's this one, right? Let me just double check. CV, let's click it again. CV, yep. So we're focused on him. So when they have lots of resources, you can do it this way just to make it a bit more time efficient. You save fuel by just using your strongest squad, but sometimes you want to save time. Bro, I got 190 mil to go. Like, I don't have that much time. So you bring 2 of your squads out in front, and once they're set, you go ham. Boom, 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 boom. So the second squad is weaker because they have fewer soldiers, but they're still gonna get enough. As long as they got like 1,000 something soldiers, that's all right. So let's look at the attack report. That's the first one. This is the weaker squad. See, this is my weaker squad. Oh, yuck! I didn't even get 1 mil out of it. Yuck. Okay, that was a failure example. But my other crew, yeah, they got the 1 mil. We're happy with that. You know what? I want to make sure just by using the strong squad again. Just make sure we get more than 1 mil. What happened to his resources? Hold on, I'm going to scout him again. Make sure he's still topped up. Because maybe he did something with his resources. How many he's got? He's still got heaps. 6 mil. Why did I get so little? Well, let's double check by putting our hands on him. Her. Whatever. don't kill their whole base as well. You know, let them live so they can grow and provide you more food later. 1.4, that's better. I like that. All right, now that you know we've weakened all their troops and they got 50 troops garrisoned, we can do that again. Some quick math. We scouted him 6.3. Subtract 1.4, so he's probably got what 4.9 mil left. I think that's enough for 2 attacks. 4.9, is that enough? Yeah. Okay. It's just a bit more time efficient to use your second squad. Because I got another, how much? 160 mil to go, man. Like, that's going to take hours. So, boom. Let's get it. How much did the second squad get this time? Now that the base has fewer soldiers. Yeah, there we go. 1.1 mil. That's nicer. That's a nicer amount. And you got to refresh. Check the main squad. 1.5. Oof. That's beautiful. And if you want, check them again. Scout them again. So after I've scouted them, see, 2.1 mil, yep, no. That is no longer high enough for me to touch. I'm not going to touch them anymore. They're too skinny now. I like them big and chunky. Way too skinny now, so no longer need to touch them. So now that I have cleared out, hold on. Yeah, so now that I've cleared out this whole column, now I can clean up by boom, getting rid of all this junk. Got an empty page and go about a new column, and then just rinse, repeat, and just go through all this. So start scanning. Oh my god, my game is lagging. Yep, scouting, scanning. Ooh. Yeah, so pretty much you just go through the whole thing until you reach your daily limit or you run out of fuel, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the tutorial how to plunder a weak village. I'm so sorry, 9AG. Just a take-home message: make sure you finish your dark lurkers. Make sure you have enough fuel. I got heaps of fuel. I got, heaps of fuel in the warehouse, see? So I could go for days. And make sure you have your teleports ready. Oh, this is the final thing I want to say. I have the Alliance teleporter to go back home, but I won't use it until tomorrow, because after the server time refreshes, my looting capacity will reset and I'll be able to plunder another 190 mil. Hold on, man. Let me get a report first. Yeah, let me just quickly get this guy, just to show you what I mean. Because a lot of us are visual learners, so I think it's easier if I show you what I mean. Because oh my god, here in the go in the HQ. Whenever it reaches 12 midnight on the server, or 0-100 hours, so apocalypse time, 0-100 hours. Once it reaches 0-100 hours, everything resets. And I'm allowed to farm and plunder another 190 mil. So this is the server time. If you click this button, it shows you your local time. So it's 2 a.m. in the morning for me. But according to the server, it's only 2 p.m. So after, another 10 hours, it's going to reset and I can plunder again. So I'm not going after I'm finished here, I'm not going to teleport back home. I'm going to sit around when that timer resets, start plundering everyone again. And of course, by doing the methodical, organized way, making sure everyone has at least 3 million. And yeah, so like I was saying, once it hits 12 o'clock on the server time, this is going to reset and I'll have another 190 mil to plunder. That's why I won't go home yet. So what I'll do is, after I plunder them, then I'll go back home. And because the server time reset, I'll get to go back home and finish this again. So it's like kind of reverse. Like on day 1, you do your Dark Lurkers event and then you go raid plunder. Day 2, you raid plunder and then you go back home and finish your Dark Lurkers event. That's the way I go about it. And yeah, so that's my tutorial. It went a lot longer than I thought, but hey, I hope you guys learned something from this. I will edit much shorter and more simpler videos, but this is just like the big long story one. And yeah, have fun plundering and looting.